Good day, my lovely students. How are you? Today we have a grammar lesson. Our lesson is called Past Perfect. What is the past perfect? The past perfect is when I have two verbs. Two of them happened in the past, but one of them happened before the other. Okay, so I'm talking about two verbs. Two of them happened in the past, but one of them happened before the other. Let's look at this example. The meeting had already started by the time I arrived. Here we have two verbs, had started and arrived. Two of them happened in the past, but one of them happened before the other. Be careful. The one which happens first is the past perfect, and the one that happens next is past. Now look, one of them happened at 8 and the other one happened at 8:15. The one that happened at 8 is in red because it's first, and the blue one happened at 8:15, so it is second. So the meeting had already started by the time I arrived. Is it that I came, then the meeting started, or the meeting had started, then I arrived? Which is first? Okay, it is that the meeting had started, then I arrived. It's not that I arrived, then the meeting had started. So because of this, meeting is singular. I put had, and my verb is start. In the past is started, ed. In the participle also ed. And arrive in the past is arrived, and in the participle also arrived. Now, how do I form the past perfect verb? I put had plus past participle verb. Now we have keywords for the past participle. They are when and after. Okay, so we have had for all the subjects, whether they are singular or plural. So I had, you had, he, she, it had, we had, you had, and they had. Okay, and my verb in the participle. This is for the verb that happens first. The second verb is in the past, which means that I put d, ed, ied, or it's irregular. Let's look at this example. When he arrived to the train station, the train had left. So we have arrived and had left. Look at the picture. The train left at 9 a.m. and the boy arrived at 9:15. So which happened first? The train had left because left is the first verb. So I put had, and the verb is leave. Leave in the past is left, in the participle also it's left. And the second verb is arrive. We put it in the past, so it's arrived. We just put d because the verb ends with e. Now here are some examples of past participle verbs. Find, found in the past, participle also found. Fly, flew, flown. Get, got, gotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Have, had, it's the same. Love, loved, loved. Be careful. If your verb in the past is regular, which means that it has d or ed or ied, it stays the same in the participle. It doesn't change. Now, this is your homework for today. You have to solve the workbook page 99. Now we will explain the first exercise from 1 to 6, and you have to do the second exercise from 1 to 6 too. Let's start with the first one. When Hani arrive, the game start. So we're talking about Hani. Hani arrived or came. Then the game started, or the game started, Hani came. Okay, it's that the game had started. This is the first one. So the game started, then Hani arrived. So start, we put had, and start in the past is started. In the participle also it started. The same, you put ed. For the verb, it's arrive. So you put it arrived in the past because it's the second verb. Number 2, Jana finished her homework when Tina called. So is it that Jana first finished her homework, Tina called? Or Tina called her, then Jana finished her homework? Which is first? Yes, it's that Jana finished her homework, then Tina called. So because finish is the first, we put had, and finish is in the past, ed, also in the participle ed. Call in the past is called. Number 3, Rula to be very tired because she worked very hard. Is it that Rula was tired, then she worked hard, or she worked hard, then she became tired? You're excellent, very good. So it is that she had worked. This is the first one, so I put had and ed. Then she felt tired, so I put it in the past. Verb to be in the past is was or were. Rula is singular, so you put was. Number 4, before he go to school, Samir feed his goldfish. So is it that he goes to school, then he gives food to his fish? Or before he goes to school, he gives food to his fish? Which is first? They said to you before he go to school. So it is that first he gives food to his fish. So you say had, and feed in the past is fed, and the participle also fed. The second one is go, in the past is went. Number 5, after. They are putting to you after. After she visited Egypt, Jennifer want to learn Arabic. So is it that she wanted to learn Arabic, then she visited Egypt, or she visited Egypt, then she wanted to learn Arabic? Yes, you are super. It is that she visited Egypt, she went to Egypt, then she wanted to learn Arabic. So visited, they put it to you in the past, in the participle it's the same, so you just put had, and want in the past is wanted. The last one, they were all wet because it began to rain while they hike. So their clothes became all wet. Why? Because it began to rain while they hiked. Is it that they walked, then it rained? Or it rained, then they walked? Yes, they hiked. So they were first walking, they were first hiking, then it began to rain. So we say had, hike in the past is hike, then it began to rain. So you put begin, began. Thank you very much. So your homework is to do the second exercise also from 1 to 6.